Sinners was not no movie. That was a spiritual manual, if you ask me. How many people watched Sinners and probably thought this is just a vampire movie with a little music added to it?
That little mojo bag that Annie gave Slack was more than just a symbol. It was
Orisha spirits, the Ibeji twins.
Please, I don't have any time for any gossip now. Eh? Yes.
Look at it. Do something with it.
It's just money coming to me easily. Money coming in and needing me. Money coming in repeatedly. Money coming, it's just money coming. It's just money coming to me frequently. Money coming in to be with me. Money coming in secretly. Money coming, it's just money coming. It's just money coming to me always. Money coming in all day. Money coming in all paid. Money coming, it's just money coming. It's just money coming to me frequently. Money coming in to be with me.
Hey y'all, welcome back to All Things Jenny. I'm Jenny. So today we saw the movie Sinners, and I told you guys a while back I was going to talk about the spiritual meaning of twins and how Haitian twins are very powerful, and I can only speak for Haitian twins. But today we're covering the movie Sinners, and I'm going to point out all the spiritual meanings of what's going on in the movie and the true meaning of the Ibeji twins. Now, the twins that were played by Michael B. Jordan, a lot of people didn't realize all of the symbolism, sign symbolisms, and spiritual meaning of those twins. So today, while I talk about the Ibeji twins and Haitian twins and the true meaning of spiritual twins, we will cover the movie Sinners. And I went to see it because I wanted to see for myself what the hype was all about, and the hype, it was giving exactly what it's supposed to give, okay? And the movie made you feel what you're supposed to feel in this movie. And you're supposed to watch the movie and leave with a lot of questions. And the author, not the author, but the creator of this movie did such an amazing job with every part of this movie. I cannot even wave about it more. I can't talk more about this movie more. And I think it's just a movie that we need right now. It's just a movie that we needed right now. So let's get into the Ibeji twins and the signs and symbols of the movie Sinners and all the things that you might have missed as someone who probably isn't in this kind of world, you know, who doesn't know the true meaning of spiritual, the spiritual meaning of certain stuff. So let's get into it, okay? I cannot wait to talk about this. This is so exciting.
Let's talk about the movie Sinners and the actual symbolism behind some of this. And this is not really a spoiler, but it is, but it's not at the same time. But you have to have watched the movie to understand. I've been seeing a lot of people talk about why the twins were red and one were blue and the symbolism behind that, but all y'all are wrong. Ryan Coogler literally said at an interview that he chose twins to embody the Nigerian Orisha spirits, the Ibeji twins. Now, the Ibeji twins in Nigeria is very symbolic. And some people believe that twins are supernatural or bad luck or some sort of bad omen. And the Ibeji twins are most depicted wearing red and blue. Because some people say that that symbolizes Yemaya, which is the mother of all. She is like a mermaid spirit, Orisha. And Shango, and his color was red. And Ryan Coogler, the man who made this movie, literally stated that in an interview, that is where the concept of the twins came in. Because so many Africans came from West Africa, and the movie is based on a lot of different African Americans. And then another thing that is literally crazy to me is Preacher Boy, you know, the really good dude that grew up in the church at the beginning. He wanted to pursue his dreams with the blues and all that, is giving Robert Johnson. And y'all know I've done several videos about Robert Johnson. He allegedly went to the crossroads in Clarksdale, Mississippi, and sold his soul to the devil. And they said he met up with Papa Legba. And if y'all not familiar with Papa Legba, I have a lot of videos on him. And he is basically the crossroad deity. He is the one that allows you to get to the crossroads to the other side to get to where you want to go. But allegedly, he sold his soul, and that is how he became Robert Johnson, like one of the best blues musicians in the world. He tuned his guitar, and after that he was phenomenal, because before he was very mediocre. But after he went to the crossroads and made a deal with a man in black, that is how he became who he was. And this is all the things that Robert Johnson said happened. He made songs talking about his experience at the crossroads and how he sold his soul and made his deal. And that's where the preacher boy comes in the movie. He grew up in the church. He grew up around all this love and, you know, biblical stuff. And he wanted to be a blues musician to the point he would do anything. And Ryan Coogler said the concept of that ties in with the Robert Johnson and Papa Legba situation with the preacher boy. what kind of deals people do in oppressive situations. So basically, people would literally sell their soul, forget their roots, forget everything just to be on top. And that's where the whole Papa Legba and Robert Johnson come in. So that's literally who Preacher Boy's character was supposed to be. And y'all can look up the interviews. The producer, the man who made the movie, stated that. I've been seeing so many different videos of people and talking about what they think it symbolizes and stuff like that. But no, this is exactly what he stated. This movie have a lot of Nigerian and West African culture, and I love it. But to me, I really enjoyed this movie, but I feel like it was so good that I wanted more. Like, I wanted them to explain more of the Native Americans and how they tied into the movie. Because if you watch the movie, the Native Americans come to the people's house to look for the vampire and all that. And then after that, they just went on and they wasn't featured anymore. I also wanted to know more about the twins before they moved to Chicago. I wanted to know more about that. But I get the movie was already long. There's only so much you can put in a movie. But the movie was really, really good. And I did not know that this was deeply inspired by the Orishas and the Yoruba culture in Nigeria and a lot of Haitian culture as well. But let me know what y'all think about this in the comments and if y'all seen the movie.
I needed to ask you this question. Why twins? Why twins in this movie? I think a lot of people ask you that question, but I just want to know for myself.
Yeah. That's actually I haven't heard that one.
Really?
What? Why twins?
Yeah, why twins?
Yeah. I haven't gotten that one.
You know, look at the poster. It's a story primarily about Africans in America. If you know the history of foundational Black Americans, they come from West Africa, right? In Nigeria, there is a deity, a twin deity in the Yoruba religion. You know, Yoruba people over-indexing the birth rate of fraternal twins. It's a thing that we reckon with. And I was born into a family that's littered with them. Like, so my mom's older sisters, Marilyn and Curlin, Monty Curlin was my godmother. And so my whole life, I could always tell them apart, even though they're completely identical, you know, just by how one holds her face. You know what I mean? Like, they could come into a room behind me and I can know which.
3 hoodoo facts about Sinners that completely went over your head when you were watching the movie. Let's get into it. That little mojo bag that Annie gave Slack was more than just a symbol. It was the only thing keeping Slack alive and not getting bitten by the vampires. It was not until the very end of the movie, when Slack took off the mojo bag, that he was finally able to pass and cross over to the spirit realm. If you paid attention to that movie, you would notice that there are not just one, but 2 hoodoo practitioners in that film, Annie and Sammy. Annie was a root worker. She had the ability to make mojo bags, connect with High John the Conqueror root, and have an understanding of how to kill the vampires. And Sammy was a conjurer. See, Sammy had the ability to conjure up both spirits from the past and the future. And number 3, the vampires. If you noticed in the film, the vampires were not allowed to come into the juke joint unless invited in. They were trying whatever they could, but they couldn't just come in, right? So what does that have to do with real life? You see, in the real world, hoodoo practitioners and spiritual practitioners and pagans and blah, 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 we all have really powerful spiritual gifts. Believe it or not, we are going to call in all different kinds of spirits and entities regardless of our intentions. And here's the reason why. When you have a spiritual gift, a talent, something that is bigger than life, something that people cannot understand, you will call all sorts of things to you, just as Sammy did in the movie. You see, Sammy did call up ancestors and spirits, both past and future, but he also called up the devil. Not like he did this on purpose, but the devil was naturally attracted to his gifts and wanted it for himself. But it was up to Sammy to decide to let this entity in or not. And this works the same way for you and I. You will come into contact with things that aren't great, but it is up to you to decide whether you're going to allow it in your space or not. And I believe that is one of the biggest messages in that film. If that movie really struck something in you, like there's a feeling and you just cannot shake it, that you need to learn.
Sinners was not no movie. That was a spiritual manual, if you ask me. Many people watched Sinners and probably thought this is just a vampire movie with a little music added to it. It's so much to unpack, I'm gonna have to do this in 2 parts. If you have not seen the movie, this is your chance to scroll now. We talking about I ruined it for you. Like I said, Sinners was a whole spiritual download wrapped in a ritual. We're gonna start at the juke joint with the twin brothers smoking stag. They came back to Mississippi in the Jim Crow era to open up their black-owned juke joint. We all know the juke joint wasn't just no club. That was a sacred space for us. It was a safe zone where black folks could gather, be themselves, dance, laugh, cry, sing. Most importantly, where they could remember who they were. Enter Sammy, their little cousin, who has this amazing gift. I ain't just talking about a musical talent. I'm talking about a spiritual frequency. Sammy could play the blues in a way that could call spirit. This is the whole reason why Remick, which was that first vampire that showed up, this is why he wanted Sammy. He was actually willing to let everybody else live as long as he got Sammy. He said Sammy could play music so good that it could connect the souls of different eras. The movie, the music opened portals. So this is what we mean when we talk about music today and we say it's a conjuring tool. It's a weapon, it's a bridge, it's a spell. The moment he touched that guitar, you could feel the ancestors move. You could feel spirit rise. Why? Because sound is vibration. Vibration is how we move between realms. But here's where it gets real, because that same power that Sammy held also attracted the darkness. Because when you gift it, you don't just attract light. You attract everything, and that includes spiritual parasites, energy vampires, and people who don't want to own what they don't understand. Let's talk about the vampires, shall we? Because they weren't just thirsty for blood. They was thirsty for culture. Now, Remick and his folks didn't want to unalive Sammy. They wanted to own him, own his music, own his power, own his frequency. That's colonization as we know it. This is what they've done to our culture. Black creativity, black sound, black food, black ritual. Take it, twist it, label it there, and feed it back to us disconnected from its root. The main reason people demonizing what they showed us in the movie is literally embedded within us. Now, the biggest thing that I took notice of, vampires could not come in until they were invited. This goes back to everything that I've been telling y'all, especially when I get a lot of bookings and people coming to me saying, I've been hexed. They put something on me. The first thing I tell them is you let them. Not only that, you sitting right here affirming it. So no, they can't come in unless they invited. That's spiritual law. Yes, even dark forces need consent, whether it's in the form of contracts, bad deals, fear, silence, humiliation rituals, you name it. Now, Remick, that first vampire that went to that couple's house, remember, he didn't break in. He manipulated his way in, finessed his way, and that was symbolic to tell you that evil don't always look scary. Sometimes it looks safe. Sometimes it looks like an opportunity. Sometimes it looks like it needs help. Better take it back to what I always tell you, that ain't got shit to do with me. That's the motto. As a true hoodoo girly, I was so proud in that movie. Y'all know we about to talk about the hoodoo element. Miss Annie, honey, she was the quiet conjurer in the corner. I peeped game when she talked about that mojo bag immediately. I'm like, okay, Annie girl, protect your man. That's what I'm talking about. Mojo bags and hoodoo are used for protection, guidance, and the power. You know, the thing everybody wants, do anything to get it. But anywho, Annie was the one who knew about shit before anybody else knew. She had that inner knowing. She was connected to her higher self, as well as the ancestors. That's the wisdom of the root worker, the seer, the protector. Fire, the singing, the garlic, all of that is coded protection. We ain't just lighting fire for warmth. We using it to cleanse, send up messages, to burn away what doesn't belong. Gotta talk about that music scene that took us through different genres, different eras. That was the visual timeline of black sonic power. Blues to funk to rock to soul. Every sound birthed from pain to power. Yet even with all that creativity, we still gotta work so hard to protect it. Because the vampires don't just want to feed. They want to own the entire record label. No different from what we seeing today. They're going to have to meet me at part 2 because I'm going to break down the bloodlines and the churches. But in the meantime and in between time, get in them comments and let me know y'all thoughts. Y'all enjoy it just as much as I did. What symbolism did you peep? As always, peace, love, and light, and gratitude for watching.
The Yoruba people of Nigeria are known for giving birth to more twins than anywhere else in the world, at a rate of 50 per 1,000 births. The best explanation so far is that Yoruba people eat a type of yam that contains a substance that stimulates ovary production.
Did you know that there are 12 Orishas that represent each zodiac sign?
The Orisha that represents Gemini are the cosmic wonder twins, the Ibeji.
Like Geminis, the Ibeji represent duality, communication, and high energy, similar to the yin and yang, positive and negative energy that we see throughout our life.
Although they are presented as twins, the Ibeji, who are the offsprings of Shango and Oshun, are actually one Orisha. The Yoruba people believe them to be one soul inhabiting two bodies, linked together by destiny for life.
Geminis can be social butterflies, quick-witted and curious people who are often multi-talented, much like the Ibeji, who are known to be high-spirited and impulsive childlike deities.
This is our painting of the Ibeji, the powerful duality of joy, intelligence and curiosity. They represent the house of Gemini.
If you're a Gemini, then this one's for you. If not, then comment your star sign below and stay tuned for more.
Yeah, so back in 2022, I had a dream one night. And in the dream, I could see the back of two babies' heads, but I couldn't see their face. And I don't know about y'all, but anytime I have a dream and I can't see the person's face, it always bothers me. I remember getting up and sitting on the side of the bed and just like having a look of confusion, like, what? Because I know one thing about it. This shop is closed. There's nothing coming out of here. I knew darn well it wasn't me. And I'm trying to figure out, why do I keep seeing these two babies in my dream, the back of their heads, they're playing and laughing, but I can't figure out the significance of this dream. Fast forward to a few months later, because remember I told y'all I'm clairvoyant, so I always get visions or dreams before they actually happen. Fast forward to a few months later, I find out that my daughter is pregnant with not one. Yeah, y'all see my face. Not one, but two babies. Not only that, two identical boys. And anybody who know me knows that I have a family full of women, a family full of girls. As you can imagine, it was so much to take in all at one time. But nevertheless, when I tell y'all, this has been the most amazing blessing that I've ever received in my life. These are my babies, Yakai and Zakai. While I would love to just talk to y'all all day about my babies, the reason I'm making this video is because I want to talk about the spiritual significance or importance of having twins or multiple births. Before they even grace us with their presence in this world, twins or multiples, they form a bond in the womb. I know we've been talking a lot about this conscious baby and the conscious awareness of babies. We can't even have that discussion if we're not going to include twins or multiples, because they're the definition of conscious babies. So even though I said they formed that bond prior to them coming into this world and in the womb, the bond is formed in the womb is considered a subconscious bond rather than a conscious bond. So the subconscious bond just means that it's below the conscious awareness. Twins are said to start communicating as early as 14 weeks gestation. Like, really sit and think about that. A 14-week-year-old fetus is able to communicate, rub, caress, console, and love unconditionally. That detail alone shows you the power of the human body, and more importantly, the human mind. So because twins or multiples share that soul connection prior to even incarnation, this is how they're able to understand one another so well. This is also the reason why they're able to show empathy at 14 weeks gestation. Twins are also seen as mirrored souls, so they reflect each other's thoughts. Oftentimes, they finish each other's sentences, feel each other's emotions. It's said that twins or multiples also have a karmic bond. That just basically means that they shared a life together prior to this life. So they already feel familiar to one another. They help one another overcome their karmic challenges. Twins experience synchronicities far more often than normal people do. This is due to their deep spiritual connection. These synchronicities help them stay aligned with their soul's purpose. In some spiritual beliefs, twins are considered twin flame souls, which is just two parts of the same soul. So if you look it up, it's going to tell you that twins or multiples don't have a telepathic connection, or there's no evidence to suggest this, which I call bullshit. I mean, we could just go on TikTok and prove that wrong right now, because all the videos that I've seen with twins and they have them separated and they're asking them questions, they're always responding the same exact way. Twins or multiples will even tell you that they can feel their siblings' connection. Like, they can feel their pain, they can feel their happiness, they can feel a lot of their emotion. Not only that, they're considered guardian spirits for one another, so they help and guide one another throughout this entire lifetime. So overall, the spiritual significance or importance of having twins or multiples is the fact that two people or multiple people can be separated as individual people, but they're always together. I'm saying physically, mentally, and spiritually. And it's not uncommon for twins or multiples to clash when they become adult. After all, they are human. Just think about it. A lot of times when you're too much like someone else, Most of the time you guys clash. Then you have those that are inseparable, literally. Twins or multiples represent duality because there's duality in all things. They also teach you the importance of balance, are like the yin and the yang. In most cultures, twins or multiples are seen as blessings, as good fortune, and an indication of a prosperous life. And I can tell y'all from experience that this is definitely true. Peace, love, and light, and gratitude for watching.
Did you know that in African traditions, twins are seen as a special blessing and a sign of good fortune? They represent fertility, prosperity, and the continuation of a family's lineage. Twins are believed to have a unique spiritual connection, carrying a divine purpose that brings balance to life. They remind us of the two sides of existence, light and dark, joy and sorrow, male and female, showing the harmony between humanity and nature. Twins also symbolize the deep connection between the living and the spiritual world. Many African cultures see them as a direct blessing from ancestors or the Creator, reminding families of the ongoing bond with those who came before them. Their presence is a powerful sign of unity and balance in life, making them cherished members of the community. Please feel free to share your insights and what your traditions say about twins. Let's learn together. And feel free to let us know what you would love to learn more about our African culture and tradition. One Africa, one continent, one people.
So in Creole, Haitian Creole, there are multiple ways to say twins. So basically you can say a marasa, which is two women twins, like two girl twins, marasa, or a girl and another girl. And then you can also say jumeau or jumelle. So jumelle is two female twins and jumeau are two male twins. So I don't know if you guys ever watched the show The Real. Tamara, who is a twin, Tia and Tamara, who are twins, they actually say they have a tattoo. They each have one on the one side or on their hands that says maras or jumelle, because it's a French term. So jumelle would be considered a French term, but also Haitians speak French is our second language. So when you hear someone say jumelle, is considered to be a female twin, like a pair of female twins, and a jumeau or a pair of male twins. And just like in African religion or in the African tribe, twins are also signify the duality of life, as above so below, as within so without. It's the two, basically the twins split down the middle and create two people basically, right? So it is the same significant, the same kind of meaning that Africans have for twins is the same thing that we have. We believe that twins are basically the two lovers, the two, Gemini and all that. Obviously not twins being lovers, but Gemini, the duality of life, as above so below, as within so without. And when someone is blessed with twins, they are considered a blessing. They're considered double the blessing, basically, right? So in Haiti, you will hear people who have twins say that do not feed them these type of food because you can remove the power that they came to this planet with. And some people know this and they will purposely feed twins certain foods. So for example, if my aunt has twins, right? And in Haiti, and basically how we are is, if this household cook food, and even if you're not neighbor with this person, even if you're not not necessarily friends, but family with this person, you'll be friends, obviously, right? Family, you don't have to be family, but if you live within the neighborhood, when you cook, you will send a plate of food to this person so they can be able to feed their family if they didn't have any food for the day. And if they did have food for the day, then they will cook and they will send food to you, to your family. So basically it's like a little community. So my family cooks, will send a nice, decent plate of food to this house who is next door to us so they can be able to feed their family. So sometimes, depending on who your neighbors are, if they're beefing with you and they know that you have twins, they will purposely put something in the food that they know your twin is going to eat, not to kill them, but simply to gâter them, which means like to mess them up, to get rid of the spiritual sense that they have, like the spiritual insight that twins have, because a lot of people believe that twins are born with all of this power, like the telepathy and being able to read each other's mind, which is that. But also there are other things that twins can pick up on that regular people who are not twins wouldn't be able to pick up on. And sometimes if people want to do something to you, they will basically mess up your twin so they don't see the thing that is about to happen to you. Basically like a foresight, like being able to see, oh, this neighbor could be preparing to do voodoo on my family, you know, they saw it in a dream or whatever. A lot of people would believe a twin if they told them, hey, don't go to the river today because I have a bad feeling, versus someone who is not a twin. If they know that you're not like a mystic or someone who can see, they would believe a twin over you because they know twins have this connection to the spirit world, unless of course they have been gate. So if the person like messed up, gate means messed up. So if, for example, someone wants to do you harm and they want to make sure that your twins don't get to see it prior to it being done, they can mess up your twin by putting something in the food that your twins are going to eat that will mess them up. Talk to any Haitian that you know, you'll know that they will tell you that a lot of legumes like twins are not supposed to eat, or the marasas or the jumeaux or jumelles are not supposed to eat some sort of legumes that something in the herb can mess them up, you know. So yeah, there's a lot of things about twins that a lot of people don't know, especially like here. I know a lot of people do believe twins have telepathy and all that stuff, but a lot of things they really do not know about twins, like spiritual knowledge about twins. And in my family, we don't have that many twins, but we do have twins in our family. And there's some people who basically have so many twins in their family, like literally every person who give birth in their family is a twin. And I'm actually so jealous of that because I really wish I was a twin, but I'm not, unfortunately. I think maybe I consumed my twin in the womb because I've always felt like I was supposed to be born with someone else, you know. And my mom never said whether or not she was pregnant with twins, but I'll tell you one story eventually about how I ended up liking these things, like the spirit world, you know, the knowledge about voodoo, and you know, the knowledge about different world, different realms. Because my mom literally told me the story recently, and my sisters, even all of them, were like, this makes sense to why she liked talking about these things and she enjoyed learning about these things, because of the story my mom told me when she was pregnant with me. So anyways, guys, maybe one day I'll share that story. Until then, I will see you guys later. I hope you enjoyed that movie, Sinners. It was a very good movie. I highly recommend everyone to watch it, and when you watch it, just keep an eye open. And also, there's a lot of spells that's being cast in that movie, and they're not fake spells. Those are real spells, and there's some sort of hypnosis thing that is in this movie that is supposed to hypnotize you. I don't know if you felt it while you were watching the movie, but that's a very powerful movie filled with a lot of symbolisms, and also a lot of real spells, a lot of real rituals that are being done in this movie. And whoever created this movie is tapped into the spirit realm. They're tapped in. I mean, there's no other way to explain it other than the fact that this was a very well made movie, and the nuggets in that movie, it really leave you thinking like, what the fuck did I just watch? Or did I miss a part of the movie while I was watching the movie? You know, just watch the movie again after watching this video and see what you see now that you missed the first time, because there's a lot of amazing things in this movie that I highly recommend people like watching it. But also, of course, protect yourself, because if you are not protected and you don't know these things, they can affect you, you know. And hey, don't take my word for it, bitch, do your own research. Anyways, don't forget to pick up a copy of my books. Okay, and also don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video if you care. I'll talk to you later. Bye, love you.
Are the Ibeji twins in African belief? In the Yoruba belief system, the Ibeji twins are revered as divine children and Orishas, or spiritual beings, born from the goddess Oshun and protected by Shango, the wielder of lightning. They symbolize the duality of life, representing both fortune and misfortune. Their names are Taiwo and Kahindi, and they can be male or female, any combination. Celebrated primarily in Nigeria and Benin, as well as other regions where the Yoruba diaspora has spread, the Ibeji hold a significant place in cultural practices and religious ceremonies. They are often adorned with beads and cowrie shells and embody innocence, fertility, and the delicate balance between joy and sorrow. Shrines dedicated to the Ibeji are common, where devotees offer prayers, sacrifices, and seek blessings for protection, abundance, and the well-being of children in African belief.
Alright, so we're going to go to the movies to go see the movie Sinners, and I'm going to give you my honest review, and also you get to see how I prepare myself for the movies. Let's go and pick up some Haitian food, some griot to be exact, something small, you know, finger food, and also pick up some drinks. And I got my socks, I got my blanket, I got my jacket, and let's go. I cannot wait to see this movie. And also don't forget to check out the entire video on YouTube, because I will be breaking down the true meaning and decoding basically the entire movie. So let's get into it. Let's go. Alright, so let's go. I got my blanket here, my big purse, and you know what, I do like buying movie food, but a lot of times too I like to just chill and bring my own food and just enjoy it at the movies with my own drink. So let's go pick up the food and the drink. Okay, period. I got my food, I got my ticket, I am ready. Let me try to like fit my food in my purse because yeah, anyways, I got my griot, and I also got a couple of these. It's gonna be fun. So we started. I got my jacket on, got my socks on. Hey guys, I'm Jenny, and this is Shameless Plug. So I want to tell you guys about my Crown of Success manifestation book with easy, simple rituals and spells to manifest a life of abundance in your life. And those spells are so easy, even a child can do it. So this book is filled with different spells that I've learned over the years from my family, passed down from grandma and everything. And also those are spells that I've actually tried and I know that they work. So this book not only teaches you step by step on the things that you can do that are so easy that a child can do it, but it tells you like the proper moon phase to use, alchemy, manifesting with numbers, numerology, and also the days of the week that best fit for this particular spell. So it tells you the timing of when to practice the spell, the days of the week, the moon phase. It shows you all the colors of the candles that you should be using and different planets. So for example, I show you like planet Jupiter is for Thursdays and the hours of the days that you should be doing the spell. So this is an easy road opener spell. So I know a lot of people like to do like different spell work, but if your roads are blocked, of course your spells are not going to work. So it's good to unblock yourself first and then start using the spell, especially with the new years and the new days to come. And also I have some amazing spells in here. This is a powerful quick money spell. So if you're in a bind for some money and you're just trying to get some money, and I even have some easy powerful spell to win Game of Chance. So if you are a gambler, now I don't promote gambling, but if you are a gambler and you're just trying to make some money and trying to make sure you win, these spells will definitely help you. It tells you the best days to do it. So it says the best days to perform this spell is on a Thursday, Jupiter day. Jupiter is the planet of good fortune, luck, and expansion. Jupiter is the best day to perform spells that boost luck and increase your chance of success in any game of chance or any money spell, period. It has a list of so many spells that you can incorporate in your life with this new year to bring prosperity. And I even put some bonus spells on here, which for Saturday is a day to do like protection work. So I have a spell for like send back to senders. So I put some bonus spells on here, and then a protection with Archangel Michael. So there's so many spells on here. Removing the evil eye spell, so you can remove evil eye in your money and also in your everyday life. New Year home blessing spell, and I know it's been a few days since the new year started, but you can always do a home blessing spell any days of the week as long as you need it, you could do it. So anyways, guys, this is my book. It's called Crown of Success by Jenny, and it's available on Amazon, the ebook and also the physical copying. So please grab a copy if you're interested in supporting this channel. This is a way to support the channel and to support me as well for putting out, you know, content every day for you guys. So enjoy. So I hope you guys enjoyed this book, and I hope you go and grab your copy, whether it's the ebook or the physical copy. I say have a physical copy, but it's really up to how much, you know, your wallet and what you can afford. So anyways, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Mwah. This is a shameless plug, so just check out my channel, okay? Love you guys. Mwah.